Welcome back to Indian Trace. Appreciate you tuning in and checking out these North American Indian artifacts, at least from the coastal Piedmont area of North Carolina. I just started this way. I've tried twice today. The wind was too much outside and did make some videos, but when I started to listen to them again, and look at this point. Mercy. I have some points that I've selected for this Join the Hunt and for this sort of box talk live, but combine the two. It's a great bin right here, as you can see how I keep this one in order. Keeping drills. See a good selection of them up close and personal. Scrapers. Lots of scrapers. And of course this point, this just needed a particular home. That's a special piece. My word. My word. I went to the place, that's why I'm putting it there today. I went to the place that I found this quartz piece. And I want to show you a piece that I found today. Now, of course, this is in the backdrop. My collection box. If you're new, you just tuned in or whatever, consider it if you're collecting artifacts. It's a great way to keep them organized, keep them safe, just depending on your household and what have you. So as I pan back here, let me show you something. This is from the bin. Here's the story though. I went to Southside today and really didn't find much. Did find some pieces today, so I'll show you these. We have some things to talk about, and then I'll get to those other pieces because some of these, there's some really great stuff here. Hopefully the sun, the natural light is not too powerful for me to get a good exposure on these. Because some really great pieces right here. On Indian Trace. I don't know how close I can get a focus on this. Maybe if I hold it real still. And I had some footage from a graveyard out there, and it was just great. But it was, like I said, it drove me crazy when I listened to it again because that wind, you know, when the wind blurs your camera out, or your audio, not worth it at all. That's a nice piece. I don't know if I'm going to get a good exposure on that piece. It might be coming out, but I'm not sure. I'll leave it like that. Let's look at these I found today. That orange one we saw to open with here on Indian Trace, and I have some other thoughts to share with you. I found this piece today. Look at this piece of quartz. It is as big as it looks. Now, of course, here's some basic field stuff. Interesting point here. They might have just broke it and then tried to sharpen it off. They might have even thrown it away. Normal rhyolite stuff, and then some little points, field points, Marl Mountain with an impact fracture. Just some great field finds. And then this tip. Sure, I hope that the base was there, but I think the base is snapped off. Let's take a look at this. That's old quartz, I know, right there. Nothing new. I think this base broke off. It's okay though. You don't find tips like this that often in quartz, not around here. This is a big piece. Was a big piece. This is just a magnificent find right here. Don't keep a lot of my broken stuff, but I will keep this. I mean, you want to get a perspective of the size. I just said it right there. Look at the size of this piece. I mean to tell you, right? That is a big quartz piece. Unbelievable. Now I'm going to put that back out there just to give you a look at what I found today. Now, when I was sharing that, if I go back, I can remember when I was sharing it and found it. I was looking to find something live. Someday I will when we go on there. And let's just go around these. Look at this piece. These, again, I just took 10 out of my top shelf bin of my very, very favorites. They've been seen, but some of them 3 years ago, you know. These are like diamonds to me, if you will. Look at this piece here. And I share these, and it just sparked in me today that you have a lot of flint from here to California and what have you, but a lot of people don't find all the quartz points. And they specialized in quartz. So with perfect light, a little bit extra time here. See, I peeled off the field today. I mean, I just wasn't going to stay. It was all in crop. Just great workmanship, right? I found that at Notchville. And I was making some comments and things like usual, and a couple things came up that were in particular that are just on the tip of my mind right now. Look at that piece. That's found at the Cove. Mercy, right? And I had made mention of my Thanksgiving for a lot of great comments. Most all in agreement, which makes me feel good and healthy about the nation. Some in a disagreement, but that's fine. That's what we need to have a true, decent nation. We need to be able to, discuss things that we disagree on, and then present the facts and be able to answer for the reason that we either disagree or agree. And I think that there's a lot of people, even with the protests, that have a serious problem with articulating the reason they believe something. Now, for me, as I mentioned, it's really easy. I don't really consider the fact that I have any opinions at all. I use the Word of God as a rule of morality to the choices I make. That's an incredible point. Here's another point. This is a great piece. I was happy to find it. Found it at Notchville as well. And I had been mentioning that in light of a political interest thought for, look at that piece, for the video I'm going to post today, which was a couple brothers from, I think, Ukraine. Of course, you're going to know when you watch the video, but the context is this, that they were mentioning why they supported the current administration under Trump and what had happened. It took them about 4 to 5 years to naturalize. They came with their parents and they put a huge investment, look at this piece, will you, into becoming citizens. Absolutely love our nation, are so thankful for it, but they were sort of ringing the bell and saying, if you listen to Europeans, you listen to people who are from other countries, they have seen what disastrous things are happening to our nation and have warned us and warned us again. Look at this piece, a Mecca piece. And these two guys really put it in good perspective. They were so happy that they could vote, that they were citizens, that the door had been made available to them, and they weren't interested in keeping anybody out of the country, but they realized how important getting here and doing things in a measure that had the rule of law legally, so it wouldn't rape or strip our nation or our citizens of their rights based on people who were here illegally. And I don't know why some people have such an emotional problem with that. It's just simple. You cannot maintain, here's another great point, maintain a nation with people who are here to harm, here illegally, or here to extort the system. And so, enough said about that. I just thought that hearing their perspective globally was so important to me, and that's what I really pursue every day, is to listen to individuals who carry a different opinion than the normal everyday individual in this American material culture. We, that is, and I am one of them, Americans have been raised, many of us, in the public school system, and where we were sheltered, even propagandized against learning about global events, against learning about the trial and the struggle that people have when they don't have freedom, when they don't have their rights defended by a constitution, let alone a Bill of Rights that is given to us by God, given to us such as our life, our freedom, and our ability to pursue happiness as long as we're not causing harm or hurting someone else. I don't know why there's a certain group of individuals who have such a problem with that now. It's pitiful. This is a nice piece from Notchville again. Not a lot of courts at Notchville. I should call it Quartz Island or something. But I have that. I have a Crystal Beach. This is an incredible piece I found one day. I remember when all the grass just was worked real well. Hopefully I'm giving a good look at these as I ramble on. It doesn't matter. And these two individuals And the reporting, they were caught an interview, I think it was inauguration day. They were just so happy to be able to go out and enjoy the freedom of this country to do something like that, knowing that if they were back in, where they'd come from, and you'll see the video, it's posted, that, their lives from the government could be in grave danger just for believing the way they wanted to believe. It could be about their religion. It could be about, the way that they want to raise their children. I think we got to get a grip of all that. And I think our president knows that. And that's why he was voted in by the majority of us. And lately also I've been really checking out and enjoying watching, because I happen to have African in my blood. So I love pursuing and looking at great commentary and great comments, intelligent comments that is, from the African Americans in this nation who support our current administration, why they support a Trump administration, and for what reasons. It encourages me. It gives me hope. And it's unbelievable that just because I happen to have African American in me, or they do, the rude, disgusting labels that would be put on me just for supporting our current president. It's crazy, right? So, with all that said, I think this will give us a good look at some really great artifacts. There are some out there that I had an individual write, and it really touched my heart, a comment, and said, if one day I get to find one arrowhead for myself before I die, I'll be happy. See, that blows my mind. We who have sites we've located and identified, look at this piece, will you? Particularly like that from Stone Mountain. It's always been just a favorite of mine. I don't know why. It's just a really unique piece altogether. Sure, it's translucent. All the quartz here is. And, I'll put it this way. So I look at this thing and we get ready to finish up. I couldn't believe it, because I did an easy tally from my sites, because I capture everything digitally and do a pretty good job of documenting. Now I'm well past 11,000 artifacts altogether. Not of this quality that you're looking at today. These are top shelf. This is, 1 in 30, 1 in 20, 1 in 50. This is 1 in 100 right here, this piece. If I can get some good light on this. And, what can I say to the folks out there who just don't have a place to hunt? A lot of guys from urban areas and from areas in a couple states, a couple sad states, that consider picking this stuff up and saving it illegal. I mean to tell you, I don't want to get into that. That's absolute stupidity. Look at this piece. We've seen it before. Might be in my top 3, top 5 for quartz pieces. How they could work quartz. Those of you who nap out there, when you see my videos on quartz, I'm sure you just shake your head and like, unbelievable. This stuff is singularly so durable and so hard. That's a good look at it, isn't it? Well, what else could I share? All is well. I wanted to share that excellent circle of life. Just give a little talk and let you join the hunt with me. These were found far and few between over 5 years. I haven't been collecting that long. And for those of you out there who can't get out, don't have a place, are from an area where it's just not happening, I'm just trying to get you as close as I can to some of the great pieces that I found, so that you can feel like maybe this is, your digital collection that you have to take a look at. Because at least I try to feature it in a better way than I've ever seen in a museum. I mean, to be biased with you, they take points like this and pieces, and then they put these big metal claws around them in a display case that is just so impersonal. It just doesn't make any sense in many of the displays that I've seen. So maybe this will trump it. No pun intended. I think this will finish it off if I can find the very best angle. Fun stuff. Look at this. These two incredibly stellar points. It's great looking stuff. Look at that. Nice just to take a little bit extra time, share with you. Hope you find out there, share the political interest links. Let's get people thinking about things. Let's get people ready to make choices that will secure blessings for other people, their own freedom, that sort of stuff. That's a nice piece right there, isn't it? They all are. Appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace. Of course, naturally, that right there. Wow. That's Indian Trace. Be well.